I got everything I needed. What am I up to these days? Well, I am facilitating breath work and sound bath with my wife, Kiki, also known as Unseen Sound. We do private sessions here at our home. We do group sessions at a place called Hallowed Ground in Marina del Rey, close to the beach in Los Angeles here. We're starting events. We're going to be doing a beach event once a month, also in Marina del Rey, every first Saturday of the month. I do Zoom sessions without her because we're still trying to figure out the bowls.
Sound.
Well, 2 years ago, shortly before I met you, I would say probably a year before I met you, I was in a transition. I was in the process of losing a lot of weight. I had gained uh, many pounds as my fatherhood progressed. I had the dad bod, as it's known here in the United States. It's kind of back now. I kind of got the COVID dad bod now, but so I was in a transition. I was looking to get out of a rut. Right, I was feeling stuck. I was drinking too much. I was participating in lots of marijuana smoking. I was a pothead, as we call them, call us or them. Am I still one of them? I don't know. Um, I was just tired. I was tired of being stagnant. I was working in my family restaurant. My brother and I own a restaurant, and it's a wonderful business, but it was never for me. It was never, I was born into it. I love the social aspect of it. There's a lot of details, and I just didn't feel like I was going anywhere in the restaurant business. You know, I'm a musician as well, and I'd stopped playing music for the most part. I was playing locally with a band, and that was fun, but it just wasn't fulfilling anymore. And I was looking, I was searching, and I found your good friend Wim Hof. Started taking cold showers. I had no idea about the breath. I was just doing the cold showers. Then I started throwing ice in my bathtub, and I can't remember the timeline now. Everything is so, it's, I can't remember the timing of everything, but I met you. She was mad at me because I would come home drunk, you know, and I wasn't present. That would be, if I was to say, if I was to choose one word, I wasn't present. I was always complaining about the past, and I was always worried about the future. So the breath, the ice, as you know, you can't be in either past or future when you're in that freaking water. You're in the present.
Yeah.
You're in the body. Oh, what can I say? You know how many lives you've changed and touched, Alex. What can I say? I didn't know what to expect when I joined, right? I had no idea the authentic relating part was going to change me so much, and I was going to gain just a whole tribe of people across the world that I'm in touch with regularly, that we are in touch with regularly. Um, I would say, aside from the technical aspects of learning about the science and the breath, the authentic relating was the most important. Um, there's no, you can't put a price on true relationships, true friendships, and this new world that we're living in proves that you don't have to be face to face. You can connect with people across the world in a very authentic, sorry to use that word, in a very real way. You know,
Yeah,
I
we have never met. We've never met in person. It's
you and I have
it's
never met in person,
that's
and I
it's
And you and I have never met in person, yet I consider you one of my best friends right now, right? You know, another thing I learned about authentic relating and in your class is you don't give unsolicited advice. If you remember the beginning of our training, you had to stop me all the time because how many of us were there? There must have been about 15 of us on the Zoom call or the training. I was constantly giving out advice, and you kept stopping me because that's what I used to do. I used to tell people what I thought and what they should do. I think you should. So, but back to your question, what is authentic relating? Listening, holding space, allowing someone to share what they're feeling, and then reflecting back your experience in a similar situation without giving them how to do it, what to do, what they did wrong. Just share. Well, obviously the science, right, which I'm still learning, and it's still the science itself is still evolving. And what that's the beauty of staying in touch with you and our tribe is we're all learning stuff. We share stuff with each other, evolving the practice. I've learned how to not I've learned to forget what I've learned and relearn it, right? Where instead of being stuck, or I shouldn't say stuck, but not being able to change the way you look at something or the way you do something, which was a big thing I used to do. You know, this is it, this is the way I learned it, and that's the way it's going to stay. We're evolving, we're constantly evolving. So your training has taught me how to evolve, how to be open to new information as it comes. The science, of course, the breathing, of course, the holding my breath. I mean, fuck, I didn't know I could hold my breath for so long, you know? The authentic relating, as we covered, the connection with people across the world. You don't have to be face to face with them. I've also learned confidence and and self-worth. I've always struggled with self-worth. Many people that I know say to me, "Why would you've always had everything you've ever needed." But that was out there. It wasn't in here. And hey, I'm not saying I'm over it. I still struggle with self-worth, right? Um, Limiting beliefs. Am I good enough? Will they like me? I've been a people pleaser all my life. And your training has taught me uh, to not worry about what others think. Be authentic. You know, authentic relating is not just how you relate to the person in front of you, it's also how you relate to yourself. I wasn't authentically relating to myself, right? I was putting on this persona, hoping that whoever was in front of me was going to accept me and like me. And again, I still struggle with that, but I'm much better at not allowing those thoughts to fix. I don't fixate on it anymore. The thought will come, I'll recognize it, I'll meditate on it and move on, which is another thing I learned in your classes, how to meditate. I did not know how to meditate before breathing cold Bali. Oops.
Oh man, looks like a good training. I'm enjoying the description of it. Thank you so much. It feels good to hear the reflection of it.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to tell everyone that's listening, I was going to do it again, remember? The following training that I finished your training and my limiting beliefs, I thought, I didn't get it all. I need to do another one. And so I signed up for the next one a few like what 3 months later, and was it? I showed up two
in class, yeah,
months,
once or twice, yeah.
and I realized I don't need to do this again.
Hmm.
Vulnerability, which you just mentioned, is another thing I've learned from your training. How to be vulnerable as the facilitator. right? Not, not to overpower and not to take charge, to show your vulnerability as well.
Yeah, fully agree. Apologize for the background noise here. I'm in Bali, and maybe you hear some
No,
uh, rice farmers that are shooing away the birds, trying
can't hear it.
anyway.
Can't
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah. Okay, cool. So um, I'm curious because I've really witnessed a personal transformation physically, your style, your energy, the way I really witnessed that shift in you from the person that was there at the beginning to who you've become now. So yeah, I just want to know if you want to talk about that, how you feel transformed as a man and as a human, and how that's in many ways, in any ways.
It's funny you use transformed as if it's finished. I'm not finished transforming. It's a journey.
Of course.
Um, what can I say? I mean, I think I've said it all. I told you what it was like 2 years ago, two
Yeah.
and a half, 3 years ago. Where I'm at now, constantly evolving. You know, I I I trained with you. I got my breathwork facilitator certification. Then I brought my wife in. She got her certification in sound work, sound bath healing.
So she wasn't doing that before you
No, no,
started
not
your
at all.
thing. What was she
No,
doing?
no. Well, she's still doing it, but who knows for how much longer. She works at Children's Hospital Los Angeles
Mm.
as an administrator, stuck behind computer screens the way I am right now, taking I almost said reservations, appointments. See, the restaurant business is still in my head. Taking appointments for doctors and client and patients, and just doing administrative work, in a building with no windows. It's not where she belongs. She's
Mm.
not. She's not happy there, but it's paying
Mm.
the bills right now, and it is what it is. But we are evolving together. I brought her in so we can be together, because that's all we want, is to bring what we have, the love we have, to those that come as clients, and to feel our love, to share our love.
Tell us a little bit about the impact that you're having now on people that you work with. Tell us about that impact and how it's impacting you back. What are you getting out of this?
Wow. Um, I'm beside myself after a session, and what people share, their vulnerabilities, and telling me what came up during the session, and speaking to them days later and telling me their life has changed. I'm like, really? You just did one breathwork session and your life has changed? But that's how powerful the breath is. I don't need to tell you. You know this. Um, it feels good. I try not to get it. I try not to um, put myself on a pedestal and think I'm some kind of magical healer, because I'm not. They're doing it. They're doing it all. You know, that air, that oxygen has been under their nose, our nose, all our lives. I'm just showing them, guiding them how to breathe it in a very specific way that activates what's already inside of them. So how does it make me feel? It makes me feel really good, really good. Um, but again, I try not to let it get to my head, because that could happen.
It's a very good point, and that's very important for everyone. Everyone can do this because we're just facilitators. We're holding space, and often I get people coming to me and says, "Well, I'm not sure I can do this." Well, it's not that complicated. It's really, as long as you're authentic and you're yourself, whatever that looks like, and you respect some guidelines to create safety for people, which is clear and not that complicated, everyone can do it. As you said, they're doing the work. We're just offering a container where for people where they can transform. And that's what's wonderful about this practice, is that it's really universal. It doesn't need years of mastery like a martial art or a guitar, or all those things that takes a lifetime. How long do you need to practice guitar before you can teach guitar, etc., etc.? So it's different. Really, really wonderful. Anything else?
Unless you play punk rock like me, and you could play. You don't need to be a master to play punk rock. Anyway, yeah. Anything else? Gratitude for you, my friend. Gratitude. I can't thank you enough for what you've done for me, what you do for our tribe. Just the training is not finished.
Mm.
This is training right now. We had a meeting last night. We were on Zoom last night with 5 other people. And tomorrow we have another one, right?
Mm.
Right? On stress,
Mm. Yes.
which I understand is free, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sharing it with all my friends. I shared your podcast with all my friends. I share your stuff on my Instagram. So gratitude for you. I can't wait to come to Bali and never leave.
Yes. Yes. No. Tell us a bit about the financial side, because one aspect I tell people is you can really make it's a booming industry, and so I'd love something tangible for people to grasp on. Okay, well, what does that look like today for you?
Well, as you know, I've struggled with my pricing, my limiting beliefs, my self-worth. I'm slowly raising my prices because it's the experience. I'm giving myself. It's an important thing that people get out of this, so I shouldn't price it too low. And I know that doesn't really answer your question. I'm It's getting better for me. I'm making a living at this. My wife obviously still has her job, so that's helping. But we're growing, right? Our group sessions are growing bigger and bigger. We have this beach session. We had 9 people on Saturday. Um,
And how much you charge per person just for these 9
so
people?
that
Just to
so
give an idea.
that Yeah, that is, we had 2 tiers. We had a $30 tier and a $60 tier. The $60 tier got them closer to the bowls, and we have a partner in this, my friend Kyle, who we're offering gifts. We're offering Reiki sessions. So that's still growing, so I couldn't really talk about that. But as far as my rates, I charge 125 for a private one-on-one or two-on-one because my wife and I do it together. So one client, the two of us. I charge 55 for group sessions here in my home. I charge 25 $25 American group sessions on the Zoom, and $85 for private one-on-one on Zoom.
Mm.
I've been told I should charge the same. The one-on-one should be 125 on Zoom and in person, and I'm still trying to wrap my confidence around that. But that's another discussion, and we're getting to that.
Yeah.
There's money to be made. There's money to be made. But hey, I just want to say, I'm not in this for the money. Yes, I need to make a living, but I work with clients. If they say I can't afford that, I'll work something out with them. Um, like you told me 2 years ago, everybody needs to learn this method. Everyone needs to practice this method. We need to share this. There's too much stress. There's too much fight, flight, and freeze in this world, especially today. If we could help one person and they could go and teach that to their friends, I mean, the world needs to be better than it is right now. And if we could do it one person at a time, then so be it. Take a breath on that, right?
Yeah. I'm out of words. Thank you so much, Jenny, for making the time and making my day right now, hearing all that. That feel good to be on the other side and receiving it, Mike. So, all right. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you're interested, we do trainings regularly, breathing called Bali. I do a lot of free offerings. If people are struggling financially, I really help them. So yeah, don't hesitate if you feel called to get in touch. All right. Thanks, Gianni. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Alex. Have a wonderful day, and I will have a wonderful evening.
Enjoy your evening in LA. All right. Goodbye,
Love
everyone.
you, brother.